Welcome to Mission Past, where we look at archaeology and history behind video games while simultaneously trying to complete a mission. Today it's Bomber Crew, and we'll be taking a shot at one of the most famous and daring Allied raids of World War II, the Dambusters raid, Operation Chastise. Will we succeed? I haven't got a clue. Let's go. Welcome to RAF Woodbridge. That was a real RAF base during the war in Suffolk in England. It was built especially for returning bombers that were suffering from low fuel or heavy damage or other problems, and it had an extra long and extra wide runway. Here's a photo of Woodbridge from World War II, and at the top there's Brentwater's airfield, a normal sized airfield for comparison. I have a feeling that we might be needing an extra wide, extra long runway in about 20 minutes time. That's if we make it back. Before we get cracking with the mission, let's have a closer look at the plane, the Avro Lancaster, the plane that really did carry out Operation Chastise. It was a 4-engined heavy bomber designed in the early 1940s by Roy Chadwick, and it became the principal nighttime bomber of the Royal Air Force. It housed 7 crew, we'll come back to them later. On this plane there are 4 turrets on the nose, the mid-upper, the ventral turret. Now this was in the original design of the Lancaster but was quickly removed because it was ineffective. Most Lancasters didn't have this turret, but we do. And the tail turret at the back. All most commonly armed with the Browning 303 machine gun, but these have various machine guns. In Bomber Crew you can upgrade or customise pretty much every part of your Lancaster bomber, and you'll need to as you take on progressively harder missions. You can upgrade the turrets, the radar equipment, the survival equipment, and one thing I want to mention is here, a homing pigeon. And Lancasters really were equipped with homing pigeons. Here's a Lancaster crewman with a couple. They were used for communications in the event of a crash landing, a ditching, or radio failure, and they saved a lot of downed pilots' lives. Anyway, enough about pigeons, let's get on to the main event. Let's head over to the briefing room. We're going to have a crack at Operation Chastise. It was a nighttime attack on 3 dams in the west of Germany, the Möhne, Edersee and Sorpe dams. To take them out, a special bouncing bomb, codenamed Upkeep, had been developed for the mission by English engineer Barnes Wallis. The mission called for very precise bombing. The bomb, which looked like a large barrel, would be spun with backspin at 500 RPM and dropped at a precise height and speed so it could bounce over the torpedo nets that were defending the dams, sink next to them, explode and destroy the dam. That was the theory. Let's see if we can make it happen. Wing Commander Biggins, we've fitted the bomber with the bouncing bomb to destroy the dam, and there it is under the fuselage of the plane. Here's our Avro Lancaster and the 7 crew in their positions on the left hand side. So if we click on the pilot, let's take off. That in the distance there is a navigation marker. By zooming in we can add that to the plane's navigation, and the pilot will head off on that bearing once he's taken off. So let's remember to raise the gear as well. And so at 9:30 on the evening of the 16th of May 1943, the first aircraft took off to attack the dams, and there were 19 Avro Lancasters in 3 formations. Each formation was assigned a different dam. Let's say we're in formation 1, and so we'll be attacking the Möhne dam. Gunnar Gunther, an enemy ace pilot, is active in the area, so we'll have to face him. I'm just going to click on the navigator here. Here you can see us taking off from the east coast of England, and our target is all the way down here. The crew in Bomber Crew all have specialist abilities. So the flight engineer here, I'm going to click on Lean Plus, which will make the fuel last a bit longer because it's quite a long way away. And talking of the crew, let's go through each position, starting with the bomb aimer, who had 2 positions, either on the gun or lying prone down here at the front of the aircraft to aim the bombs. Behind him were the pilot and the flight engineer, and behind them was the navigator, who checked the maps and the position, and the radio operator, who also did the radar, and then the mid-upper gunner's turret here, and the rear gunner in the tail turret. Navigation update. So that's where the crew would have sat in the Lancaster, the 7 crew. We're flying out over the English Channel now towards France. The Lancasters flew at a very low altitude the entire way, only about 30 metres, that's about 100 foot from the ground. That was to avoid radar detection. On the way out, at about this point in the mission, one of the planes went so low that the North Sea clipped the bottom of the aircraft and dislodged the bomb, so it had to turn around and go back to base. That's where we are on the map. And another navigation update, so let's hit that. And those little green pips there are enemy fighters, and if we focus on them, we'll tag them, and then our gunners will automatically fire on them once they've been tagged. So that's going to be the first 3 of many enemy fighters. And don't forget, we've got an enemy ace in the area as well, who will probably have to fight, so buckle up. The music started, it means things are getting serious. Once you cross the English Channel, everything starts getting a little bit more stressful. A lot of stuff happens at the same time, so the difficulty in this game is micromanaging all of the positions and trying to keep on top of everything. So we're just coming in now, I think, off the coast of the Netherlands, I think. We've just used an ability called Focus on the gunners. That will increase their accuracy for a short period, so we're going to use that quite a lot. So let's head in the right direction. The upkeep bomb weighed 9,250 pounds. That's 4,200 kilos. And to carry it, the Lancaster had its bomb bay and most of its protective armour removed. So I'm just going to scoot round this flak area. And as well, the Lancaster also had the mid-upper turret, this one that you can see firing at the bottom here, that was also removed. So technically, we shouldn't have that, but thank goodness we do, otherwise we'd be in trouble. Let's use focus on him. And once we get past this red bubble, which is about now, we'll go back on course here. So we'll swing left and come inland. And this is what the Lancaster bombers had to do. They had to plot a route around known flak areas on the night of the attack. I'm just going to keep using the special abilities of the gunners all throughout this mission as they recharge, so we can keep on top of the enemy. Oh, there's an air base down there. I hadn't noticed that before. Right, where are we? Okay, we are still a fair ways out, but let's follow this navigation update. Now we've got a city here on the right. Usually they're covered by... Yeah, there we go. Covered by a lot of flak. So we'll quickly swing round here, and I hope that we will avoid most of this flak. Will we? Just about, I think. And we've got more fighters inbound. Just going to have a sip of coffee. Felt I needed something a bit stronger than the usual tea to get me through this one. Got to keep on my toes. Actually, talking of stimulants, some bomber crews had amphetamine tablets to keep them awake and alert. Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines. I missed Bomber Crew when it came out in 2017. I'm only playing it now. A cracking game. It really is a great little game. And it does contain a surprising amount of historical information within it. Talking of which, back on mission, the mission was led by Wing Commander Guy Gibson. Here's a picture of him. He was a veteran of over 170 missions by the time of Operation Chastise, and he was still only 24 years old on the day of the attack. Incredible. The RAF had created a new squadron specifically for this mission, made up of 21 veteran bomber crews, including aircrew from the Australian, Canadian and New Zealand Air Force, and they only had 8 weeks of training for this mission. This target, that's the dam. That's our target. So, yeah, we're approaching the dam. We are starting our bombing run. We're already at low altitude, so I think we'll come around to the left now. Looks like I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Right, it's showtime. Let's select the bomb aimer and get him into position here, so we can work the sights. Oh, there we go. Drop the bomb when the targeting lights converge, or it won't bounce. Now, the bomb required to be dropped at an altitude of exactly 18 meters, that's 60 feet, at a speed of 240 miles an hour. To calculate the altitude, because the normal altimeters in the plane lack sufficient accuracy, 2 spotlights were mounted under the nose of the Lancaster, and they converged on the surface of the water when they were at the correct altitude. So there they are, you see them there? We'll drop it now when they converge. Okay, go on. It's bouncing. It's bouncing. Back of the net. Now we've got to get the hell out of here. Back to base. During the real attack on the Möhne dam, Guy Gibson was the first to arrive. He released his bomb. It bounced 3 times. I think ours bounced a few more times than 3, but it exploded too far away from the dam to cause any damage. During the following attack, the bomb bounced over the dam, and then Guy Gibson flew around as a decoy to cover the further attacks, and the 4th and 5th bombs hit the dam and destroyed it, releasing 330 million tons of water into the valleys below. Right, we've destroyed the dam. Now we just got to get back to base and land, if we can survive long enough. Got an awful lot of enemy fighters inbound. I'm just going to use auto tag. That will automatically tag all enemy fighters in the area so our gunners can target them. We're right in the middle of this flak area, which ain't good. Oh, and our poor plane's got more holes than a Swiss cheese. Way-yay-yay. That's a lot of enemy planes. I don't actually know what the defensive ability of the gunners does, but it's got to be good, hasn't it? Hold it together, chaps. Hold it together. Let's just get back on track with this navigation update. I'm going to take the... and the ace pilot's just arrived, so it's now even harder. So I'm going to select the pilot and take us up to medium altitude to try and get out of the range of the flak. But we're going to use boost so we go a bit faster as well. So hopefully we can get out of this place. 6 minutes fuel remaining. That doesn't sound very good. Okay, anyway, I'm going to use... It's a great time now to use focus on these gunners. Come on, reload. Come on. There we go. Getting a bit of stick from Gunnar Gunther there. Come on. Oh, he's off. I depart, but we will duel again. Hey, that's good news. In the meantime, I've just used this corkscrew flying manoeuvre, and also the electronics have failed. I think that means the guns can't fire, doesn't it? Oh, flippin' heck. Oh no, the guns can fire. Oh, that's good. There's a lot of stuff falling off the plane at the minute. I don't think that's very good. Look at the state of this thing. It's practically see-through. Oh, and we're again coming into flak. But I think at medium altitude we should be alright. And if you look at the bottom right, the damage and the rear midsection's black, and it's still taking damage. Oh my god. Emergency dive. Let's do an emergency dive. I don't know whether this will help. We're in a bad way here. Oh, man. And now I think an engine's on fire as well, just to add that into the mix as well. Oh man, look at the state of this thing. It's barely holding together. Pretty somber music as well could signal the end. Although I think we're over the channel, are we? So that bodes well, I think. Come on, get back to base. That engine's still on. Oh, we've lost an engine. Although I have read that Lancasters could actually fly with just 2 engines running, and for short distances only 1, which may come in very useful a bit later. I don't think it's good when the entire plane is flashing red. Oh, there's still so many fighters as well! Corkscrew, use the corkscrew. Oh, look at the state of it. It's absolutely knackered. Yep. Oh, and 2 of the crew members are down. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So if we get let's get Vega to get a med kit so we can revive them. We're heading in the wrong direction as well, just to add all that into the mix. So, oh, this is insanely close. This thing is just gonna fall apart if we take any other damage, and we've got 2 crew members down as well. Oh, come on, you can do it. More stuff's falling off the plane. Let's hope that wasn't an integral part of the plane, because well, we don't have it anymore. Right, the upper mid gunner is dying as we speak, so let's get the forward gunner on his position to stave off these enemy attacks. Although I think, touch wood, I can see dear old Blighty. Yes, we're back. More bits That's not it. Don't need it. Don't worry. That bit of the plane's not important. We don't need it. Don't need it. Oh my goodness me. We've now got 4 crew members down on the ground. Oh man. I would quite like to save them because they're quite experienced crew members. So let's get them to revive. Let's revive them. Oh, do you know what? I think we're out of the woods. I think we're out of the woods because we're back in Blighty. Yes, and that's the base. That's where we've got to land. Whew, happy days. Happy days. That's Woodbridge. We're gonna need that extra long runway now. Man alive. Oh, we've still got 3 crew members here. Okay, let's lower the gear for the final approach. We've got 2 minutes of fuel remaining. We're low on fuel, yes we are. Oh man. And we're missing a wheel. We've lost a wheel somewhere along the way. I've no idea whether are we going to be able to land on one wheel. I've no idea. I've never had that problem before. Okay. They were sturdy and reliable planes, the Avro Lancasters, but I think this takes the biscuit. In total, 7,377 of them were built, of which today 17 are intact and only 2 are still airworthy. I think in a few moments' time we're going to be neither intact nor airworthy. Okay, here we come. Final approach, here we go. Do we want to do an emergency landing? I don't think so, because it is a runway, so we'll just do a normal landing. Fingers crossed, please don't blow up here. Please land okay. Okay, nice soft landing. There we go, and we're down. Oh, we're down. Although, look. Top right, green ticks, return to base, tick. Well, I think that hit mission result, Operation Chastise, mission success. He got away, I believe. Yep, he escaped. Now, lost the plane. Return to base bonus failed? I thought it said that we got back okay. Maybe the plane's got to be intact or something. Anyway, that says mission success, so it's mission passed. Crew status. I think we lost a couple. Yeah. Okay, well, in the real Operation Chastise, 2 dams were breached, the Möhne and Edersee dams, and the Sorpe dam sustained minor damage. Of the 90 Lancasters that went out, 8 were lost, 53 men were killed, 3 were taken prisoner. That's a casualty rate of almost 40%. The destruction it caused, every bridge downstream for 28 miles was destroyed, 10 factories were destroyed, 100 were damaged, more than 40,000 tonnes of coal production were lost. Also, more than 1,600 civilians died in the flooding, including over 1,000 Allied prisoners and forced labourers, 493 of which were female, mainly from the Soviet Union. Wing Commander Guy Gibson was awarded a Victoria Cross, the highest military medal in Britain, for his role in the raid. He was killed in action later in the war. He was 26 years old. Air Chief Marshal Harris of the RAF privately was scathing about the attack, claiming that it achieved nothing. But with just 19 aircraft, it caused a huge amount of damage. The Germans had to redirect 20,000 labourers and resources over the next 5 months to repair the dams, and as some historians have pointed out, had a knock-on effect on the defences at D-Day. So there we go, that was Operation Chastise, the Dambusters raid. Not quite as glamorous as the film makes out, I think. Let me know what you thought of the game, Bomber Crew, and the history we covered. If you liked what you saw, consider subscribing for more, and I'll see you in the next video.